Ladies and gentlemen, now for the official introduction, the fighter fighting out of the red corner, weighing at 57.1. He's 19, stands 5'6". He fights out of Aspire Combat Sports and hails from Liverpool, Dan Farrell. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, weighing at 55.1. He's 22, stands 5'9". He fights out of Hammer, North Wales, and hails from Colwyn Bay, Harry Welsh Bandit Kenworthy. Your referee, Mr. Simon Studnitsky.
All ladies and gentlemen, cage door closes again on this amateur contest. We have Harry Kenworthy fighting out of the red corner. He's the Hammer, North Wales prospect, 3-5. He's in the purple black shorts as he takes on Dan Farrell, Aspire MMA.
Both guys coming out of excellent MMA gyms, churning out loads of top quality talent here on the amateur MMA scene.
Dan Kenworthy in the blue shorts, backed up to the cage at the moment, and
Dan's pressured him right up against the fence straight away.
Absolutely.
Keeping the pressure on him, cutting off the cage.
Kenworthy's, unfortunately, you know, a 3-5 record. He's on a 2-fight skid at the moment.
Fought some tough guys though, has Harry Kenworthy. You know,
absolutely.
Joe Fields is on his record. Some top guys on there as well. You know, he's not taking easy fights, so.
And staying busy, you know, he hasn't fought since 2021. Kenworthy, it's his first fight of 22, and we're almost halfway through the year.
And you know that he would have liked to have been more active than that, but sometimes, you know, life gets in the way. Sometimes you can't get the matchups that you need. It happens. Dan Farrell lands a nice inside low kick there. Dan Farrell has also fought some of the best competitors that the scene has to offer.
Absolutely. His last performance, unfortunately, a decision loss against the really dangerous Jimmy Sadiq, and
fought Connor Walsh as well. I mean, he's fighting the very toughest guys.
Absolutely, and that the losses come from those tough opponents. Everybody else, he's found a way to win.
And when you consider that he made his debut just a year and 5 days ago, he squeezed a lot of work into that year and 5 days.
Absolutely.
You know, 5 fights, all against top-level guys.
Farrell trying to drag his man down to the canvas. Kenworthy.
Looks like there's
cut a bit of blood.
Maybe a clash of heads there. Oh no, it's actually Dan Farrell who's bleeding. Above
the eye, I think.
Left eye, I believe,
I think one of those shots landed.
Harry Kenworthy looking to hit the switch here to counter the takedown. That's a lot of blood.
That is a lot of blood. Succeeds.
That is going to need stitches.
Taking his man down. I mean, that's leaking quite a lot.
You can see it's going into his eye a little bit, bothering Dan slightly, but not panicking.
This is the point you get your head up high and you start to rub your face into his.
Needs to keep his head right in the center of Harry Kenworthy's chest to optimize control. He's still got the body lock, so I think we're going to see a mat return coming pretty soon.
Yeah, Kenworthy, though, does well to get that base underneath him and back to his feet.
These guys just painted in Dan Farrell's blood at the moment. I hope they have a good look at that cut.
Well, the cut men are going to have their work cut out for them in the next few seconds. That is a massive cut for an amateur to have taken, and
someone's going to have a cool profile picture after this.
Oh, amen. The crimson mask, as it were.
But a good round from Farrell. I know we spoke a lot about, you know, their backgrounds and everything going on, but, you know, it was an excellent performance that round from both of them, both active, both feinting. That was my biggest takeaway that I noticed, was both guys using effective feints, trying to set up their strikes, not just rushing in wildly, which, although is very fun to watch, doesn't always speak to the most high skill set.
No, that's absolutely true. And again, you know, he's standing there talking to Azzy Thomas as Harry Kenworthy. You got Dean Garnett and the company over there in the Aspire corner.
Having a good look at that cut on Dan Farrell's eyebrow.
Again, you know, discretion is the better part of valor at amateur. You know, if it's a fairly nasty cut, they're going to let him go on.
You've got to find the right balance, and I think that was the right decision.
That's why we have the cut men here, the best in the business.
You know, maybe if he would look distressed by it, or if it was affecting his vision, then
Yep.
maybe that would be good grounds to stop it. But Dan Farrell's a tough kid.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be bothering him or have phased him at all. Second round here again. Kenworthy fighting out of the blue corner, the blue Hayabusa shorts. Farrell, the Aspire prospect, in the black and purple.
You know, we speak about pros. You hear it spoken about the UFC all the time, about the first time a fighter gets cut, it can disorientate them and all of a sudden, you know, make them start questioning themselves, even at the highest level. So the fact that, you know, Dan Farrell is showing so much composure really does speak to how well prepared the Aspire team have got him for this one.
Closed the distance well, got in on the double, took him down, but Kenworthy immediately up to his hip, up to his backside, scooches along the cage, back against the cage wall.
Well, Dan Farrell's managed to transition to the back in a
I mean,
lovely
there
way
hardly
there.
looked enough room. I mean, and now,
Well, he got Harry thinking about the choke before he actually established the back position, but that split second of thinking gave him just enough time to get his ways around there. Sorry.
So I was going to say, Dean Garnett screaming for the body triangle there to lock it down, and now he has. He's got good control over. Look at that. Got brilliant control here. Does
It's on the right side, and you can see the right shoulder of Harry Kenworthy is slowly working its way to the mat. There we go. His back's on the mat. He's going to turn into him and escape. Lovely work there.
Great
by Harry
work,
Kenworthy.
but has he thrown himself into the triangle?
Out of the frying pan and into the fire, perhaps.
Well, if anybody's going to be wise to it, it's going to be Kenworthy.
He pulls it
and-
out. Lovely. And now landing some revenge shots of his own.
All right, the best way to break a submission is to punch the guy, and he's hammering away as Kenworthy.
He's punching that cut. He's trying to
Smart.
open it up even more.
You know, you got a target there, you might as well hit it. Kenworthy standing again. Farrell doesn't look perturbed, just he's not
Frustrated,
worried.
maybe,
Yeah,
a little
he's
bit
not.
in this moment. But
He's not fretting that cut at all. Straight back up. Now he's pressuring Kenworthy up against the cage. 41 seconds left to go. But he's got to do more than just control under the hips now.
And I think what Farrell has done a good job of this round is except for that last sequence we've just seen, he's managed to avoid a lot of damage. You know, he's kept that eye relatively safe for the majority of this round.
Absolutely.
Whereas you say, undoubtedly, it would have been something that Kenworthy was targeting. Looking to get past the legs. He's going to try and shelf the legs here now of Kenworthy, but Kenworthy savvy to it, gets his hips high.
Yeah, and posts out with that arm, puts him up, and he's just going to see the last 10 seconds out. Sat here with his back to the cage. Whoa. The control was there.
We've seen how big of a factor control has been so
Oh,
far.
it's going to be a very interesting third round here.
As we watch the replay here. Head kick attempts there from Kenworthy. Lovely shot, though, from Dan Farrell.
Yeah, it does that little stutter step, then changes his level in. But this was great work from Kenworthy again.
The way he got his back to the mat here was very impressive, if that's what we're about to see there with the right shoulder. You'll see him just turn into Dan Farrell, and that's how he gets himself. And then from that position, it's easier for the person on bottom to get his knees facing the mat first, as opposed to the person on top. Whoever gets their knees facing the mat first usually ends up on top.
And again, perhaps the most telling moment in the round was the ground and pound. Here we go, third and final round here.
Going to be playing that fun balancing game of control and damage.
Another well-matched contest here at Almighty Fighting Championships.
Inside low kick there from Dan Farrell, very nice. I'd like to see him investing a little bit more in those.
Well, obviously, some damage has been done to that right inside thigh of
It's hard to tell, though,
Kenworthy.
what's swelling, what's
And what's
bruising,
blood.
and what's blood. Yeah. Nice outside work on the leg there from Dan Farrell. Feinting with the teeth. Goes high.
Very kick-heavy attack thus far in the third.
Kenworthy trying to respond with a front kick of his own.
Kenworthy holding the center of the cage. Oh,
lovely combination there by Dan Farrell.
Yeah, the second one landed.
And then once you've got the attention, it's easier to take them down.
Go in for the takedown. But again,
Kenworthy looked for the switch, but then Dan turned the other way.
Very nice.
Got his hands behind the knees.
Every time Kenworthy, those back hits the mat, he gets back to those hips, back to the cage, and starts to stand.
You can't keep Harry Kenworthy down.
Oh.
Looked like he was going for maybe his own kind of Uchimata-esque takedown of his own.
Yeah, swinging each other around here now. Trying to get those underhooks.
See now, Kenworthy in the first round was framing on the face of Dan Farrell. That was making the takedown harder to get. He's gone away from that a little bit now in this third round, probably due to fatigue, but made the takedown a little bit easier for Farrell then.
Yeah, well, Farrell now right in the Aspire corner. But Kenworthy just refuses to accept when he's in a bad position. Absolutely refuses to capitulate. Straight back to his feet.
And knows how to use the cage to get back to his feet as well. You know, some wrestlers will put you up against the fence if they have top position, because it's more difficult sometimes to get to. Oh, that looks tight.
That looks tight.
Dan looks fairly comfortable though. He's out of it. Who knows how much damage was potentially done to that arm in that transition though.
But if nothing else, it gave him a moment of separation. Now back up to say
he's going to do it
again.
Dan Farrell just spinning out of these Kimura attempts.
Farrell definitely embracing the grind in this third round, but Kenworthy has stayed strong and resilient. And again, we're looking at control versus damage. We're looking at shots versus control, and our judges have got another tough decision to make tonight.
It's not been an easy night, but it's certainly been a fun night for us to watch.
Coach Azzy Thomas gets in there. Big deep breath, yeah. And you just got to watch it like we did.
Yeah. As we're watching the replays here, I believe this was the last round that we've just seen. Inside low kicks.
Yeah, lots of fainting from Kenworthy.
Which I still maintain was the most impressive thing about this. Both guys showed really nice feints, really nice movement. That'll carry them well forward into their next fights.
And then that sort of those punches, two punch combination in onto the takedown attempt for Farrell.
And he mixed it up as well. Sometimes he would be setting up the takedowns with punches. Sometimes he would be going for the takedown kind of on its own, which isn't always advised. But when you're mixing it up like that, sometimes people anticipate that you're going to shoot after you throw a 1-2.
Yep.
So if you just shoot straight away, sometimes that can catch him off guard. Very nice work from Dan Farrell.
Harry Kenworthy straight over.
Kenworthy again just taking tough fights.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Both these guys just take the toughest fights, and that's why they're so good. That's why we've got pretty much only good things to say about the performance from both guys the whole way through, because they've both learned so much from their experience so far.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Seth Khan has made his way into the cage. Doctors and medics taking a quick look at the cut for Dan Farrell.
And the maturity that Dan Farrell showed surrounding that cut as well, I was very impressed by. I'm sure that him and his team won't think it's a big deal. When they watch it back, they'll be like, yeah, of course he could handle it. But from an outsider's perspective, it can be quite a thing to overcome getting cut in one of your first fights.
I wouldn't know. I've never been in a fight. This is about as close as I get to it.
Well, luckily I was never cut, but I can imagine when I was younger,
Fighters to the center of the cage, please. Fighters to the center of the cage.
And it didn't throw Dan Farrell for a loop at all.
No, they're made of a different stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's turn this one over to Mr. Seth Khan.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28. Declaring your winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, Dan Farrell. Please show your appreciation for Harry Kenworthy.